This past year I was in a class called Indigenous Language and Culture Diploma, and we started studying about the stars, the constellations, and one thing that was mentioned in class by one of our elders was that our kids studied Greek constellations. And I remember doing that in school. I grew up in Lethbridge, and that's not a Blackfoot sky. So our stories, of the constellations, these are stories of our sky, where we live, all of us right now. That's our sky. So these are the stories. The first one I'll give you is it's about the Big Dipper, Iihkitsiikamiiksi, 7 brothers. It's funny because this story, it involves a girl. It starts with a girl who falls in love with a bear. And if you know, on the constellation Big Dipper is called Ursa Major. It's part of a larger constellation called Ursa Major, the Great Bear. And what's funny about this is, what I find interesting is these are 2 cultures, a world apart, and we both have these stories about this constellation that involves a bear, right? So I find that very interesting. So I'll give you that story. It's called Iihkitsiikamiiksi, 7 brothers. So this girl, she married a bear. She married a big old grizzly bear. And her dad was very upset. He felt dishonored by this. So he gathered up a bunch of warriors, and they went into the forest and they killed this bear. Now that really upset his daughter. What she didn't tell them was that this great bear had given her the power to turn into a bear herself. So after they went and they did that to that gold grizzly, she turned herself into a bear. She went back to the camp and she killed everybody in the camp. She even ate your mom and your dad. But she left her baby brother and her baby sister, younger brother and baby sister. They're in their lodge. And just so happened that 6 of her brothers that day were off hunting. So later that afternoon, after all the damage had been done, the little sister knew that her brothers were coming back. So she ran along the trail. She pretended to go get water, ran down the trail. She met up with her brothers, and she told her brothers what had happened. So they're scared to come back. They're scared of their big sister. They thought that she might eat them. So he told her little sister, we'll rescue you tonight. We'll take off tonight. And they told her, gather some prickly pears. I don't know if you guys, your little ones, know what prickly pears are, but they're on the ends of cactus. We have them all over the place. There's little pink things that grow, little spiny little growths happen. She collected those and put them outside the lodge. So that night, when they heard Big Sister snoring, they took off. She grabbed little brother, threw him on her back, and they took off. And so Big Sister got up, heard them, chased after them, stepped on the prickly pears, and she got very angry and turned herself into a bear again. So now they had a bear chasing them, the 7 brothers and the sister. So as they're going, the little baby brother, he actually had his own medicine. And what he did was he shot his arrow up into the sky. And him and all his siblings went as far as that arrow went. Now bears, they can run fast, they can run far, and they can run for a long time. So the bear eventually caught up to them. Now the little baby brother used more medicine. He dropped a medicine feather, and he created a big brush, trees and bushes all behind him. So the bear had to work its way through all that. Finally she got through that, caught up with them again. This time baby brother made a huge lake behind him, a giant lake, and they took off. So the bear had to go all the way around the lake. Finally the bear got around the lake again, caught up to them. So this time baby brother created a humongous tree, and they climbed up that tree. Now when sister caught up, she was shaking that tree, and 4 of the brothers fell onto the ground, and there's 3 other brothers. The baby was way at the top with the sister. So they had nowhere to go. They decided the only safe place they can go is to the sky to become stars. So the little baby brother took his arrows and he started shooting them into the sky. One by one, each of his brothers went up there, and he went up there as well as his sister. So if you look at the Big Dipper, there's the handle, there's the cups, right? The cup at the bottom. Those are the 4 brothers that fell off the tree. They went up there exactly as they were laying. So the 4 brothers are there on the ground, and then the 3 on the handle, those are the 3 brothers that were still in the tree. At the very end of the handle, that's the baby brother. Now, there's different versions of this story that don't include the sister, right? I include the sister because I know that star is there. If you look at the tip of the Big Dipper, there's a star there that's very faint, and it's kind of hard to see. And that's who I heard was the sister, and because the baby brother was riding on her back the whole time when they were running. That's Iihkitsiikamiiksi.